Hi guys, happy Sunday. Hey, we're on Honeydew today. Mommy's got a freaking sensor out of her, oil sender out of her daggone motor on Bert here. And it was all the way in the freaking back. I mean, it was, my light's about toast here. Hey, come on. Hey. It's enough out of you. My light's toast. But it was all the way back here in the very back. Down in the side and the back there. You talk, hey, how come every flashlight's like this? It's like a Godzilla movie. Right when, or you know, like freaking, oh come on, Freddy Krueger or something. Right when they see him, then the light goes out. It was way back there. I mean, it was awful. It was just awful. But we figured it out. I watched a little thing on YouTube that said, well, if you're fairly mechanical, you'll get along all right. And I thought, oh, great. But anyways, we're going to do that and going to change oil. But I got to watching some Lord Muck, and he got talking about fuel stuff on, he's working on a fuel pump on something. I think it was on a diesel. And I got to thinking, you know, and he got to talking about like a diesel that runs away with itself. And we had this subject on Eastern Loggers a while back and got a bunch of good information from a bunch of hillbilly ingenuity. So I'll run down the run through with you. Any of you that's kind of sort of, most of you watching this will probably know more than I will about it. But to the ones that don't, okay, you get a fuel pump, like down the side, your lift pump starts screwing up. There's situations, what Lord Muck was going to, where you can get motor oil to where it draws motor oil in and your motor runs away with itself. Even after you shut it off, you know, shut the fuel off and stuff, it can still run away with itself because it's drawing in actual motor oil from your motor and running away with itself, you know. And you see them on the internet, you know, where to blow up, you know, freak start smoking, go crazy. The other thing is your turbo line. You know, your oil line that feeds your turbo, the seals can go out there and it can draw it in the intake and then it can run away with the motor oil too. So then it revs up real high, everything gets real high and it sucks all your oil out of your motor and then runs away with itself and it just... Alright, so here's the thing. And there's something with the Detroit. I don't understand how Detroit runs away with itself, but Detroit's supposed to do that. I don't know. Detroit fans, if you're on here on the old two-strokers, right down below, somebody with some know-how right down below for everybody. Maybe I'll say something about it in the next video. But, okay, here we go. All right, you're out on the road. Turbo seal goes out of order. Starts running away with yourself. What do? You got a Pete with dual breathers. How do you shut it off? How do you get this thing shut down? We all got to talk and got to bull mess with each other. And actually, an old boy from my home state of Indiana actually had the answer. So anyways, old Morgan comes on there, and we're all bull messing each other, thinking, what actually would you do? Because it needs to be something you done have figured out in your head before this happens. And Morgan come on there and said, boys, I had one I've had to shut down 3 times. He said, you reach in the passenger side, grab your fire extinguisher, and just blast her in there. And that fire extinguisher will stop up that air filter. If you got dual breathers like on a Pete, you'll have to blow her full and then run to the other side and blow the other one full. And all that stuff from that fire extinguisher will just stop up in air filters and it'll just finally keep choking itself down till it kills itself. Won't hurt a thing. That air filter will catch all that mess and just stop up and quit. So that's how you shut her down, which I thought was freaking amazing. Because, you know, if you're running legal, you got that fire extinguisher anyhow. Just grab that sunbuck and put the fire out. I'm going to give a special shout out to George Olson. He just set the record on the biggest order yet. George, thanks a lot, buddy. And then Michael McCabe. Buddy, I told you I was going to mention you on here. He had made his second order already in less than a week. Boys, I don't know what to say other than thanks. I mean, it means a lot. And to all the rest of you people, there's too many to even mention. But I appreciate it on behalf of me, my family, and everybody. And I make a promise to every one of you. I mean, I'm not the bestest person in the world as far as being good at everything. But I promise you, if I buy it and I put logger weight on it and I ship it to you, it will not be junk. I promise you. What my goal is to make product that you'll want to wear and you'll want to come back to get it again at a decent, reasonable price. So you come back after it again. And then what I get out of this is you get to wear that around and it shows logger weights. And I said, what's that? And you say, well, go check this dumbass out. You know what I mean? That's what I get out of it. You know, other than you know, so I ain't trying to make a killing off these. we're making a little bit, and we're going to try to split that up and get that to the boys for their college fund and all that stuff. So it's going for a good cause. It's not going to get blowed, I promise you. And I also promise you 100%, if I buy any product and put logger weight on it and sell it to you guys, it's going to be a good one. Thank you guys. Later on.